Hey there, this is Drew out here in Long Beach, and today is October 31st, 2010, and you know what that day is. So I'm here with a sort of ghost story, and as the old guy said, believe it or not. Now, I don't know if you believe in things like premonition, where you have a sense about something that happens in some far distant place. Well, something like that happened to me. So here's the story. October 25th, I'm out in Los Angeles, and then I get the urge to do a poem, a Paul Laurence Dunbars poem. So, first chance I had, I pull out my Dunbar book, and I do the first poem, which is Ere Sleep Comes Down to Soothe the Weary Eyes, which is about passing on. So I'll put a short clip of that here, and then I'll do the whole thing later.
When sleep comes down to seal the weary eyes, the last dear sleep whose soft embrace is balm, and whom sad sorrow teaches us to prize for kissing all our passions into calm. Ah, then no more we heed the sad world's cries, or seek to probe the eternal mystery, or fret our souls at long withheld replies.
Okay, so I do this poem, and I said I'd do it on the 25th. Okay, 2 days later, my sister emails me, and I'll put the email here. As you can see, she said that my grandmother's passed away. Now, my grandmother's name was Clara Sturdivant, and she just recently passed her 100th birthday. She lived a long time, and then I find out just today that she had died on the 25th. Now, I haven't confirmed the exact time, but when I heard this, I started to get the butterflies in my stomach, get a slightly clammy feeling on me, and I'm still kind of shaky about it. So, premonition? Who knows? Slightly strange coincidence. Okay, so that's my Halloween story. Believe it or not, as the old guy said one time. Okay, this is Drew with my Halloween story, and I'll see you all later, and enjoy the poem.
Hello, this is Drew, and recently we moved our office, and in the process the books I used to read my poetry from were misplaced. But recently I found one of my books, my Paul Laurence Dunbars book. So I thought it would be a good idea to get right back into it and read a Paul Laurence Dunbars poem called Ere Sleep Comes Down to Soothe the Weary Eyes. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes, which all the day with ceaseless care have sought the magic gold from which the seeker flies. Ere dreams put on the gown and cap of thought and make the waking world a world of lies. of lies most palpable, uncouth, forlorn that say life's full of aches and tears and sighs. Oh, how with more than dreams the soul is torn, ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes, how all the griefs and heartaches we have known come up like poisonous vapors that arise from some base witch's cauldron, when the crone to work some potent spell her magic plies. The past, which held its share of bitter pain, whose ghost we prayed that time might exorcise, comes up, is lived and suffered o'er again, ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes, what phantoms fill the dimly lighted room? What ghostly shades in awe-creating guise are bodied forth within the teeming gloom? What echoes faint of sad and soul-sick cries, and pangs of vague, inexplicable pain that pay the spirit's ceaseless enterprise, come thronging through the chambers of the brain, ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes, where ranges forth the spirit far and free. Through what strange realms and unfamiliar skies tends her far course to lands of mystery, to lands unspeakable, beyond surmise, where shapes unknowable to being spring, till faint of wing, the fancy fails and dies, much wearied with the spirit's journeying, ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes, how questioneth the soul that other soul, the inner sense which neither cheats nor lies, but exposes unto self a scroll full writ with all life's acts, unwise or wise, in characters indelible and known. So, trembling with the shock of sad surprise, the soul doth view its awful self alone, ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. When sleep comes down to seal the weary eyes, the last dear sleep whose soft embrace is balm, and whom sad sorrow teaches us to prize for kissing all our passions into calm, ah, then no more we heed the sad world's cries, or seek to probe the eternal mystery, or fret our souls at long withheld replies, at glooms through which our visions cannot see, when sleep comes down to seal the weary eyes. All right. That was a very good poem by Paul Laurence Dunbars. Ere sleep comes down to soothe the weary eyes. So, thank you. I hope you like it. So, thanks. This is Drew out here live in Los Angeles. Thank you. And rate, subscribe, comment, pass it along. Okay. Bye-bye.